Hello friends, welcome back to Gen Con 2018 in the Rev. I'm here with Benny.
Hello.
And we are back for round 6 of our national championship here.
Five. We went over this.
We just had a big
5 before
discussion on
6.
that. All right, 3, sire, 3. All right, today we have Mumbles, who's sitting on the left side of your screen, and O'Reilly Kid is back again to defend that seat right there. We're coming, it looks like they are going to be doing their bannings here. All right, exchanging our heroes. Who have we got on the table here?
Right, so we have Really Kid with Granite, Cassini, and Cora. And then Cassini, Dolo, and Sicario for Mumbles.
All right. So both players doing some thinking, weighing options.
Right, so yeah, you were here for the previous game with Really Kid. What was banned for that one?
He lost Cora.
Right.
Now, yeah. Yeah, we saw Cassini and we saw his Granite.
Yeah, because I was talking to Mumbles just before this game, and so far all his decks have been kind of equally banned.
Yeah.
There have been 2 bans for Dolo, 1 for Sicario, 1 for Cassini. So interesting what people pick, because I kind of assumed it'd been like automatic Dolo.
Yeah. Now Mumbles has come to this undefeated.
Yep.
To this table here, so.
I don't know if he's
Big
dropped the
match.
game, he might have, but not that I've seen. So the bans are Cassini and Cora.
All right, Cora.
Cora.
I think word's getting out about Cora.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of love seeing a Cora deck being banned because it's just not so, like Storm itself is underrepresented, I would say, in a lot of tournaments, and now all of a sudden Cora's the big threat.
Dan, yeah, everybody's scared of Cora. I think with good reason. You've seen the Cora deck. I haven't seen the Cora deck in play yet. Tell us about it.
I've only heard about it, so I've heard someone talking about it, but it's basically relying on a little thing that won't be possible in 3 days from now, which is going into Dread, I believe. I can double check that actually. Let's see here. Yes, going to Dread for a Spirit Gate, and basically using Spirit Gate to get your combos back, and use a Tornado to get Spirit Gate back, and you're cycling those. Obviously, for those not aware, from Tuesday, the official release of Kindred, Spirit Gate will have an errata, making it a burn card, so that will no longer be possible from then on. But of course, we haven't yet enacted those. So in this tournament, you can cycle the 2. It's real long game plan, and the idea for him is that he kills with like Heroic Starfish doing 3 damage, 3 healing, which triggers Cora's 1 damage. So it's a lot of small trickle while trying to stay alive.
Kind of trickle him down. Gotcha.
And obviously, the Tornado itself does big punches of damage when it comes in as well.
All right, starting off the blacksmith. Here we go. We got Granite and Sicario down on the table here.
All right, this is gonna be a really fun matchup. There's obviously a lot of trickle damage from Sicario that kind of chews through Mountain Forge, so Granite tends to be under a lot of pressure. But when it goes low, that very card, just pull in here, Forge Wall is good, just chipping away at or reducing those
Yeah, he's got to be
tentacles.
really happy about getting that out right out of the gate.
Yeah.
All right, buffs into play.
All right, so he goes straight in with Wall of Bones and a Night Lurker.
Interesting choice on the Wall of Bones. Is
Yeah.
I wouldn't be expecting a lot of damage yet, but
Yeah, that's interesting, because obviously you could have... yeah, you don't expect damage at all from Granite. Like, is he just using that for Night Lurker food, basically?
that's very possible.
Oh, that's why. He wants to draw. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
I should have guessed that one.
I'm like, I don't
why
want
do
to question you, Mumbles, but I'm questioning, but
Yeah,
I gotta bow down to
why do you
superior
play
wisdom.
Wall of Bones turn 1 against a Granite?
all right.
Because I'm
so
Informant.
Answering with a Flynamo.
Right, so Mumbles had gotten off to a pretty decent start here. Like he probably wishes that the Weaver was Tentacle, but nonetheless, like that's good. There's the Tentacle.
There's the Tentacle.
Still has 2 actions to go. Both the Blacksmith and Tentacle gave him 1 more action. Of course, he hasn't played Flynamo, so he can use his ability because the Blacksmith was the one that moved it into play. And I think he has 1 more action, or did he? Or 2 more actions still, because they both. Everything is done supposed to give him additional actions, so it's 2 more. And obviously, he's also, as you might have seen there, he's playing Gurgling Ooze in his deck, which stops the opponent playing buffs, which obviously does a lot of hindrance for Granite getting like Ancient Miners, Mountain Forge, and so on into play.
Yeah, that really slows down the Granite, which does not like slow.
Although looking at Granite's hand, he's got a Crushing Blow. So,
I'll answer
Wall
your
of
final.
Bones, blocking 3 damage from that. The Foresight.
All right, Mumbles, I will never question you again.
Of course, I would assume he is running a Ghostly Grasp, so you can get that back eventually. And by the combos, it's one off in the deck. I'm gonna double check that. Yes, he's running Ghostly Grasp.
So we're going, all right, Scario.
Yeah. Moving more offs into play, more healing, and can't
And
buff.
ooze.
That's not a very common sight, but it's a very good card against this deck, I imagine.
Stalling the stall.
Yep. Which is, I mean,
Going
perfect.
straight into draw, yeah.
So he didn't consume his Wall of Bones like I thought he would, but obviously we saw the Armor Informant instead.
So, digging for something else.
Right, Shade Whirler.
Whirling.
Meaning he can now use 2 abilities per turn. So it's attacking, dealing damage with both the Abyss Tentacle and the Night Lurker for 2 hits of 2.
It's like they're conferring a bit on
Yeah, so
calculations.
yeah, I'm not entirely sure what they're discussing here actually. So I think he's talking about how he healed up, and then okay. So the opponent wants to keep track of Mumble's health on paper. That was what was happening there.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. It's a very classic card player technique of keeping track on paper. It's very reliable.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a little difficult for us visually here watching.
Yeah, well,
it,
at
but,
least I can see the paper in this particular shot.
Yeah, so but it's a very good way to do it.
Yeah. All right, so he's going in with 2 combos first 2 turns, effectively. Rock Melter, getting rid of the Abyss Tentacle. So I mean, he's sacrificing some endgame damage here for the sake of lasting to the endgame, which I think is a sound choice.
Well, I mean, he's got to, right?
Yeah, I mean, those tentacles will be his demise, basically. That's the threat. He's still got 3 Crystal Leeches. So it's up to Mumbles to basically decide, is he going to go all in with tentacles and risk getting double... Oh, and there's another tentacle again. I'd expect a Night Lurker here. Yep. Or, oh no, he used Sicario, okay.
Scario. Oh. He's like, I want my actions.
Does he run Defilers? Let's find out. Okay, no, there are no Defilers.
Although he's setting up nicely for one.
Yep.
Really nicely.
So Grant is now free to buff.
Can't imagine what he'll play.
Right, yeah, so he's now using, so now he's triggering Night Lurker here for 1 card from the Abyss Hoarder. It's 2 damage from the Tentacle, 2 from... There's a lot going on here.
Yep.
I mean, consuming it for even more damage.
It's one of the things I love about playing Dread. It's just very, very active.
Yeah, it's a lot of things going on here. So what's happened here? He's hit for 2 with Tentacle, 4 with Lurker. He's healed for 2 with Weavers and 2 with Night Lurkers. Healed for 4. He was on 30 before, that's correct. So he should be on 34 now. Yep. And it is 6 damage in total, which should have brought him down to 20 health, correct? Did he take damage from the on the board, or is he just taking notes on paper? I can't see what the paper says there.
We'll check the judges, make sure they're tracking that as well.
Yes. So, of course, a Ancient Miner and Exterior Defender. Exterior Defender blocks things attack, but the Night Lurker is an attack, so can effectively just remove the card in one action. Yeah, so there we go. So
Okay. Our excellent judge staff checking in with them on
Okay,
that
yeah.
right now.
right, so the notepad's up to date.
So. Note to self there, lurker.
Yeah, so a Night Lurker activation here. Did he activate Night Lurker?
He's pointing at it.
Yeah, there's a point in a lot of talking.
And really
Because so activating Night Lurker in this case, it's still activating ability, so you still trigger the Weavers and the Tentacle, and then remove the Exterior Defender from the attack. So the effect of Night Lurker itself wouldn't play up, but it still runs all the triggers.
So you ask a rules question?
What's that? Yes?
If he activates his Night Lurker, even if it's cancelled, does he get the ability?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, sorry about that. Yes, we just clarified that, yes, they do. That's what the players are waiting for. Wait for judge clarification. So Tentacle triggers, Exterior Defender goes away, and 2 damage. So it takes Grant down to 16. So health tracker on Matt, currently out of date. Sorry. Can you remind him to move the health tracker?
So we got, yeah.
Yeah.
Is really good. The one thing that really kid is used to keeping track of himself on paper, which again is an awesome way to do it. We are trying to make sure that tracker keeps updated for you folks at home, so you can see it clearly, so everyone can see it clearly where it's at.
Right. So yeah. So Mamos play a Noxian Assassin. So a Noxian Assassin deals 4 damage when any of your buffs are about to be removed. About to is very important because if you try to remove the Noxian Assassin itself, that still deals damage. This looks...
So, you can really kid see right now, what's your play?
if I am Granite right now, that's a decent play, but you basically need to find a way to deal with the tentacles. Like, it's, of course, being under 14, like, you could almost, depending on if he might fear the Defilers, but staying under 14 at least means that the Forge will trim some damage off, so by healing up above, he is now enabling the full damage output again. Like, if you're really brave, you try to stay under that 15 threshold.
Just to keep that force wall going.
But if like a big combo comes out of something, I mean, for example, we know, he might not, but we know that Mamos is running Horrific Manifestation, which is 10 damage.
Yeah, I've underestimated that combo several times. I'm used to like dealing with the trickle damage out of
Yeah, you don't expect Dread to just come out smashing.
Dread just like pow, yeah, just drop it. So.
But yeah, in this case, like he's got two Ancient Miners out. So at least he's going to get his card draw now. So he's got 5 cards pending on the draw. He's activating, so Mumbo's activating Sicario again, and that's another Gurgling Ooze. So 3 cards drawn from the Ancient Miner there. And I mean, this is a very tough matchup for Granite because he has a lot of just perpetual damage to deal with. And like you can, so they say, depending on how defensive the Sicario deck is, like you can shift gear with a Granite deck. It's not like they don't have damage. They just like to use it till it's really, really efficient.
Super effective.
But you have like you have your massive combos. You got Wrath of the Mountain. You have Crushing Blow already seen. You can trigger a lot of damage with your Shadow Volcanoes. But the problem is if that doesn't pan out, you have nothing left for the end game.
You're absolutely toast.
Because, yeah, nothing that is perpetual.
And Mumbles is keeping himself very high.
Yeah, those Weavers are keeping out of that burst range as well. Of course, I mean I think that Granite or Real Kid is kind of doing the right thing, not focusing on the Weavers. Like if he gets the end game, he's going to smash through them. But if he dispels Weavers or removes Weavers with his Crystal Leeches, then Tentacles will get free reign.
That was
So Mumbles has now played a Shroud of Night, which not only prevents the opponent from attacking him, so you can't Crystal Leech now, but it also increases all damage and healing done from Shadow cards, which means that for the next 2 turns, Night Lurk will hit for 4, same for Abyss Tentacle. So it's 8 damage per turn there.
a lot of extra damage coming down. Still
and obviously, yeah, and obviously more tentacles might come out.
Liking the oozes.
No. So it's stopping him playing Mountain Fort. He can still move into play. So this card, Focus him here, lets him draw 2, and it moves a buff into play. And Guardian Ooze prevents you from playing a buff. So that is still perfectly legal.
Yep.
So that's a good play there.
Really good workaround.
Yep. And a Tantoshan Blacksmith for, I assume it's a Spin Blade?
There it is.
Yes, it is. So he can now get chipping, but the problem here is that in a chip damage war, Sicario is going to beat you,
Yeah.
obviously.
I mean, it's what he does.
Yeah.
He does it well. I was talking last round. It's very exciting for me at this tournament because up till now, all the tournaments, just having been involved in the community and stuff, I've known all the players, and this is the first time I'm meeting a lot of players that I haven't met before.
Yeah.
Which is just like Really Kid's one of them.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure where he's from, to be honest, and it's just I'm excited to have somebody here that just shows the growth of the community. Just
Yeah, same here. I mean, I haven't met either of these players before.
Yeah.
I've heard about Mumbles before.
Yeah.
There's actually as a little inside spoiler, there's a slight dedication to him in a Wave 3 card.
Mom was one of our Boston area players.
Yeah, he just left a great review they wanted to ingrain in the card game.
Yep.
So it's a slight hint in one of the cards there, but yeah, I haven't been in America myself now since PAX Unplugged, so there's a lot of new people I've seen online, I've seen in the communities, but never met them, so it's really cool now to come here like 9 months later almost and seeing a lot of new people.
All right, so Exterior Defender coming down.
Yep. Right, so Exterior Defender will again cancel the big hit from Night Lurker, so that's good for him. He'll still take the full 4 -2 from Mountain Fort, of course. Down to 17.
It does slow down the Night Lurker, but the real advantage, and the thing that's nice there, for Mumbles at least, is like, yeah, I'm losing a single Night Lurker, but the card doesn't go away, as versus normally playing an attack card where it's just gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's a great card for dealing with this. Like, I mean, personally, I actually play a lot of attack items in decks just because of these kind of situations. Like if someone tries to stall out, if someone blocks our attacks, then an item just lets you attack and get rid of those things, and you get that perpetual damage coming in.
All right, there you go, folks. A little tip from one of the designers himself right there.
But yeah, now Guardian Ooze is gone, so the defenses are coming in. So next attack will... Oh, and there's a second tentacle. And a Hoarder, and triggering...
Like, I'm just going to fire it. There he goes.
Yep, so that is...
That's gonna
so
clean those out.
in order, so this is quite important. So 17 would deal 2 damage to the 15, 2 to 13. Then they heal up, and then it takes damage again. So he heals up to 27, and then taking 2 damage from the Night Lurker, down to 25. Or did I miss something there? So tentacle for 4 each. Oh no, of course, one was blocked by the Mountain Fort.
And
There
there's
we
the
go.
leech.
Yep. So 4 damage from the Night Lurker, and 2 tentacles are now gone. So that's all 3 tentacles in the discard pile.
That's
Good
gotta
news
hurt.
for Real Kid here is that was the first Crystal Leech, I believe.
Yep.
So he's got 2 more. Mumbles can...
Oh.
That's an option.
That is a shiny Breach the Veil.
That's a good option. I was going to say that Mumbles can Ghost of Grass the 3 tentacles back, but if he plays them too aggressively, then the 2 leeches can still deal with him, which might buy Really Kid the time he needs to get to the end game Granite.
And if anything says Leech Bait, it's a Breach the Veil, that's for sure.
Yeah. So Breach the Veil is a permanent buff that increases all damage done to yourself and others. So Sicario's damage will be increased from this by 2. And also when you play a card, you draw a card. And here comes Leech number 2.
Yep.
It is 6 damage because of the increase from Noxian Assassin. That's down to 19. And that was second Leech, so Mumble should be very happy about that. Despite losing a big, powerful combo, he might have wanted to keep it in play for a few turns,
Sure,
of course, but
sure. I think either way, though, it kind of works in his favor, right? That's
Yeah.
what he was going for. So.
yeah, so they're using Night Lurker, drawing 1 card from Hoarder and drawing 1 more card.
Oh, and he's got that other Leech in his hand, too.
So, I mean, Grant has stabilized a bit, like he's got some breathing room now. The 2 damage from Night Lurker isn't the end of the world. As soon as he's down to below 15, it's 1 damage per turn. There's not too much to worry about. Like I said, he's got his last Leech in hand as well, so he can buy more time even when those tentacles start coming back.
4 cards
And
left.
he is getting towards the end of his deck.
Uh-oh. Mumble's got a lot of health to absorb, but that's a lot of damage to absorb too, so we'll
Yeah.
see.
So Mumbles is
Night Lurker.
trickling away with the Lurker. Mumbles also used, so he also went for quite an aggressive play with the Shroud of Night, just trying to pump up the damage. But that's a card that's really good end game against Granite, because if you can stop Granite attacking while his deck is empty, he'll have to either just throw out cards that could be used as combo payments, or cards that aren't particularly useful for the time,
Just to keep himself in the game.
or have to discard cards. So you buy yourself that extra bit of time towards the end, when Granite's really dangerous. And there
There's
is
the
the grasp, yeah. I'm going to assume 3 tentacles.
Uno, dos, and number 3.
That's,
Maybe. No.
Oh, Flynamo.
Flynamo. All right.
yeah, of course, he's running. Mumbles is running some Warp Toads in the deck, which you might want to get value out of. Let's see, he has Soul Traders Warp Toad, which can buy him a lot of healing. So you push in 2 Soul Traders with Sicario, healing for 14, and then you Warp Toad them back in again to your hand.
Seems like a good deal.
Yep. So drawing 2 cards, moving buff into
All
play
right, he
with
has
the last
decked
Focus Chamber.
out.
And
Really
here
good is
comes
decked
the
out.
Shattered Volcanoes. So this is where Grant will start to hurt. So, I mean, he stabilized impressively well
He
here.
did very well.
So it's 7 damage.
Let the Granite steam train begin.
Yeah. So this has
He's still got.
I didn't actually realize that he'd gone through his deck that quickly, but
Yeah,
those
he's-
Focus Chambers did a lot of work.
Still got what? Big combos in there. He's got Wrath of the Mountain. He's got Stream of Tantos. What else is left in
And
there?
the Lava Shedding.
So he's
so yeah.
got a lot of damage sitting in his
Yeah.
hand there.
And it still has a Mountain Fort left to play out. So,
So we'll see
yeah.
if Mumble's able to put the damage on, like you were talking about earlier, slowing down Really Kid's assault by attacking him and making him have to heal up. We'll see.
So Tentacles has 2 actions to go. I'm gonna guess he's gonna. Okay. Yeah. So he attacks with the Night Lurker, which is cancelled, but dealing 2 damage from the tentacle. Now, is Really Kid running any Geode Hatchlings? Yes, he's got 3 Geode Hatchlings set as well.
Would that not cancel the?
It should, yes.
Should have gotten rid of
Yes,
this through
yeah.
Defender,
Extra
I
Defender
think.
should be cancelled by the Night Lurker. That's why 2 buffs came in.
Okay, I said correctly. It was not a Night Lurker.
yeah.
It was actually a Sicario.
Yeah, that was the Sicario play. It was not a Night Lurker.
Okay.
And
A
here's
lot of pointing going on. It's hard to tell from this side sometimes.
yeah, and there's Leeching Scimitar in. So,
All right.
right, so I'm guessing that. So I would imagine that Really Kid plays with Geode Hatchling now. He's still got all 3, I believe.
Yeah, we haven't seen one.
I haven't seen any, or not that I can recall at least. That brings in Mountain Fort, which will again block a lot of that tentacle damage. Although, no, it looks like he's going for combos. He's going Wrath.
He's just going to start dropping.
Yeah, so it does mean that, so he takes 7 from the fort and 19 from Wrath. And I've sent 2 cards back to hand.
Hard. Oh, Granite hit so hard.
So when he gets to this point, it is scary. However, his deck is no longer empty. He will have 1 card left in there. So I mean, you could have argued that maybe he should have gone for Stream of Tantos first and guaranteed drawing back Wrath of the Mountain afterwards, and still have your empty deck. So now Mumbles actually gets 1 turn of relative safety. So 2 times deal 4 damage here, so activating Flynamo. We should heal him for 3. 1 from Flynamo, and 2 from the Weavers. Oh.
This is even Soul Trader.
What happened there with the Weavers? So he did use the Flynamo, is that correct? Yes, yeah, there we go. Now it's correct. So then back to Granite. The card left in deck, he wants to get that card out somehow. So I'm expecting probably a what's it called there? A Shadow Volcano number 2 and then for 1 draw after that. Perhaps he wants a Crystal Leech. He has 1 left, that's correct.
He does have
But
one
that
left.
sends all cards back to Mumble's hand. But I don't know if there's any card in this
No,
one
I just
you really
looks
worry
like he
about.
used the Spin Blade there. I think.
Yeah, Spin Blade and 1.
Drawn a card.
Yep. So that's 1 damage from the Soul Trader.
Sitting at 11, yeah.
So of course he can. So he can consume that with the Night Lurk, but that only heals him for 4, up to 15. And a combo this one would kill. So Wall of Bones.
But is it enough? Again, Wall of Bones will be preventing
I mean,
3
he needs
points of
hitting.
damage.
Yeah, it's 3 points now because he's got Shadow Buff in play. What will you do here? What will you do, Scott?
I'm stunned. I'm thinking. I don't know what my answer is here. I'd probably get nuked on my next turn.
So he goes for a Night Lurker, cancelled by the defender, but hitting 2 and hitting for 4. Reducing that by 3. So it would be 4 damage from the Shadow Volcano, and Stream of Tantos would deal 6 plus 5 for 11 minus 3 for 8, leaving Mumbles on 1.
Well, he's still alive at 1.
Yeah, no, he is.
So looks like Really Kid's doing some math over there. He's
Yeah,
thinking
so
through.
it looks like he's going to put in
Looks
some
like
more.
another-
Yeah,
yep.
so a bit of patience here. He's going to put in more Shadow Volcanoes and probably just go for slightly slower damage instead of just using all the combos right now. So that's 7 minus 3, so that's 4 4s, that's 8 damage onto 5. And 6 healing from the Boulder Feast.
All right, looks like Mumble's in his spot now with this.
Yeah.
Looking pretty rough for him. But I mean, I can't say that. Some of the early matches today, I thought somebody was dead and they flipped the card and it was just the game completely switched. So,
Yeah, so
like I said,
using the Night Lurker is unfortunately going to save him. He's going to heal up to 9. Additional 4 damage from the Night Lurker itself after the tentacles. So Granite down to 15. Now, yeah, so it's a shame they had to lose his Break from Station before, because that's obviously a card that sends cards back to your deck. So it
That's a big one.
buys me a couple of times.
all right. Players conferring, looking. What cards
Yep.
are left?
But at this point, I now expect to have even a Lava Shedding would be okay. So Stream of Tantos for Lava Shedding, or Stream of Tantos itself with Lava Shedding and a Geodo Hatchling that we know he has left.
I'd say, yeah.
That will become 4 damage, down to 1, and Lava Shedding itself for the kill. Or Stream of Tantos, doesn't matter which one. He could,
Use the output
yeah,
damage.
there we go.
That's it.
And that is game. So what looked really, really tough for Real Kid in the beginning here, yeah, he really came back from that.
Really pulled that back, yeah. Wow, that's impressive. Really good way to hang in there, pull that one out at the end.
Yeah,
That was
So,
excellent job by Really Kid there, for sure.
yeah, so that's a win for Granite, meaning that now he will fall back to his Cassini deck.
Yeah.
So now's the question, does Mumbles play Sicario again, or does he swap over to his other deck, which is, he had a Cassini band, right? So he's got a Dolo named Han Dolo.
All right.
Yeah, there we
This
go.
is going
So-
Dolo.
So it's Dolo versus Cassini.
All right. Just looking at his deck list here. That Cassini deck, having witnessed it here earlier. It is an explosive force not to be underestimated. Now looking over at Hondolo's deck as well here, what do we got?
Yes, I mean it's the casino deck is heavy on combo damage in the black hole, anti-gravity field, and it's also running a gravity bubble.
It's a hard hitter. I was really impressed with it. Dolo also is just going straight forward, lots of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, so Mumbles is running a low hand size Dolo, so unlike those guys that kind of draw up to like 10 cards and then start hitting, Mumbles is the Frenzied Kriebel variety that tries to stay around that kind of 3-4 card mark. So I mean, this should be interesting. So a potential weakness here for the casino decks for Really Kid is that I don't think it's running any Icona Oracles or Blinding Beetles. No, sorry, he's running 2 Blinding Beetles. So that can help stave off some of the aggression a bit.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and there we go.
Right out of the gate.
Said Frenzy Kriebel, 6 damage, turn 1. And Dolo for 2. Right, so let's see, yeah. So he's starting with a really decent hand. He's got a Flying Fortress, hand 1. He's got some removal. He's got Blinding Beetle. This looks like a really good hand here for Really Kid. So drawing 3 cards face up, attack, attack, and defend last card. So that's 3 cards, 2 damage from the Flying Fortress. There's a lot of damage in there.
Yes.
And he has Luna on top, so he can play that card first thing next turn for 3 damage extra action. He's got a lot of damage himself here. And that,
Yeah, he's, like I said, that deck, I was thoroughly impressed how explosive it is.
And yeah, so here's Mumbles with the Colossi Ritual Side Draga Scorcher combination. But yeah, said Pathfinder takes them both out. So yeah, so it's the start is definitely good here for. Ooh, that's also very interesting. So that's still a fusion drawn with the Gravity Bubble pay for it, or vice versa if you wish. Draga Scorcher again.
All right, yep.
Now, does he Dolo, or is he actually getting scared of the potential damage here? He's seen those 2 solar cards.
Yeah, that's the start getting nervous to use Dolo point,
Yeah,
at least
of
for
course.
me.
Yeah, obviously the Casino deck here has, so Real Kid won game 1, so he has 1 round of leeway. The pressure's on Mumbles for this one, definitely. And that is
That
2
deck.
triggers of Flying Fortress, and more good cards for Real Kid.
Yeah, that deck is loving him right now, man.
Yeah.
It's been real nice to him.
Yeah, so Draga Scorch goes off. At least he didn't see any more removal. So Draga Scorch for 6, puts him down to 19. And Mumbles uses Dolo for action 1. So he keeps going aggressive. He wants to draw. Right. Mountain Fortune buying a bit of time.
A little bit of the
Let's see if he remembers his health tracker there. Yep, there we go. Mumbles on it. Alright, so I wonder if he preps Solar on top now and then starts going in for. It doesn't.
Beetle.
Yeah, because I wonder if it's. Okay. That's a Crystal Leech back to deck. Because obviously he's got some damage cards in hand. He's got a good way to play Stellar Fusion. But he might want more thought of that. He might want another fort out before he actually goes all in on it. But Mumbles' Dolo deck does not have a lot of healing. He's got 2 Boulder Feasts, and he's got those Crystal Bats, and that's about it. So Dolo into Mountain Fort. And on the other side,
Once again, Mumbles sitting in at 18, and
Yeah,
Really Kid is pretty comfortable 22 right now.
right, yeah, so Mumbles draws more. So he's definitely looking for something here. Yeah, so now that so Mumbles has drawn quite a big hand. Really Kid does have more Informant. He could lower his hand quite significantly by playing the Stellar Fusion, and then he's got 3 solar cards can up turn after turn, benefit from damage. So he could get a lot of pressure out now. Okay, now he's going steady. So that's
Take him through the-
3 damage, 1 extraction. Yeah.
He's really carefully weighing his options.
And
there.
drawing 2 with his extraction. Right, Ancient Miner.
Minor.
And going on the aggressive. So,
Five.
yeah, it's going aggressive again for Mumbles.
Yeah, both sitting
I
in the
mean, he
middle
kind
their
of
life.
has to. He's
Yeah. He's got to play his game,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
what he does. He goes aggro.
you got to play to win, not play not to lose. Although the latter kind of worked pretty well in Really Kid's last game, I suppose. Start playing not to lose and then to win. Yeah, I think Stellar Fusion's coming out, or is he actually going in for Real Drift? I don't think he's got that many buffs actually. Yeah, there we go. So Bubble and Sandstalker paying for Stellar Fusion with Solar on top, meaning it cannot be removed.
That's tough.
So what does he have in his hand here now? He's got the Sun Beacon, which will hit for 8. But he's obviously used 1 Sandstalker for payment and 1 Sandstalker now, previous turn, to put on top of the discard pile.
So yeah, it's got to try to keep that protected.
Yeah.
As I'm playing Dolly, you just got to assume that there's going to be removal in that hand.
Ooh. And yeah, Mumbles just counters with more aggression. So that's Colossal Ritual Sites, a bit of glare on the whatever those things are called. That you put cards in. The sleeve!
The sleeves.
Right, Mountain Fort. So of course, damage increase from Stellar Fusion as well. So drawing card face up, that was defend. That is 6 damage from the fort, -2. So that's 4 down to 13, and then 8 down from 13 to 5.
Oh, wow.
And then 5 healing from
Beacons
the beacon.
Beacons always amaze me. Like, I
Yeah.
know how hard they can hit, and every time I see it, it surprises me all over again.
Yeah. So yeah, the beacon is a very powerful card, especially with decks like these that line up the Flying Fortress to take some value from the. Yeah. So removing the Flying Fortress and then healing a bit for 3 with 3 damage as well. Oh, 6 damage. 6 damage. Sorry, because of Colossal Ritual Sites. But Solar's back. That becomes a 4.
3, yeah.
And Solar's back on top again, so they now can't remove for the last
Yeah, he's
corner.
doing a really good job of keeping that solar on top of that graveyard.
Yeah, so might take a gamble now on Shapeshifter. What will he draw? If it's Solar, he wins the game. That is Solar.
Oh,
That is a 2-0 for Really Kid.
wow.
So it becomes 8 damage minus 3 for 5 with defeat.
Excellent game, really. Kid.
Yeah, that was, like you said, that's a really explosive Cassini.
Yeah, it just floors me every time. So, all right, congratulations, Really Kid. Mumbles walking away with his first loss of the day. So he's not out of this by any means, but really tough matchup. Again, seeing Really Kid's power.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see both these guys in the top 16, almost guaranteed at this point, or it probably is guaranteed.
Yeah.
They're both 4-1, or no, 5-0, 4-1.
Yeah. So great game again, round 5.
Yep.
Round 5 here at Gen Con 2018. Thanks for joining us, and come back again, round 6. Last round of today, leading into top 16 for tomorrow.
Yeah. Right, thank you.